You want everyone else to mute first?
Yes, please. That would be great. Thanks, Nok, for reminding. It's great if you please mute your microphone. And if you have any question, the students, you can use the chat box or you can raise your hand. There is a hand feature. We also will have a question and answer session at the end. Okay, so I think we can start now, and I have a few slides to share with you. Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you very much for all of your precious time today. And we are happy that we are able to make it. Although I received emails from my students that there might be a power outage. And my husband called me a few minutes ago that I also lost power back home. And thanks God that I'm in my office. But hopefully we will make it successful. So here first, I would request our department chair, Professor Barbara Tarasovich, to officially welcome our students. Barbara.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the class of 2021. This is the 7th year we've held this orientation. I can't believe the time has gone by so fast, but I look forward to seeing you on the fall. Usually we have this night, we have a lot of fun. We had an amazing race. We had Dancing with the Stars. We had many different things. So we'll do our best because it's virtual to make it fun for you guys. We started this program and this orientation, so if you have any questions before you start your journey, you can meet us. Again, it's virtual, but we'll do our best to answer all your questions. I know in the summer workshop, many of you heard me say, I truly believe in becoming a CPA. It's a great goal, and I know you all can do it. I've had a lot of you in class before, and I know you're capable, and we'll help you along the way. So I want you to think about 1 year from today, you could have 6 initials after your name, 6 more initials, MSA and CPA. Many of our students have done that, and I know you can do it. And again, today we're here to answer any questions that you have and help you along your way. All the professors are here that teach in the program, so you'll get to meet us all, and we're here to help you. So I have we're trying to have a little bit of fun here, so switch to the next. I dug up some memes of what accountants do. I like memes. Oh, not that one. The one before.
Sure.
That's okay. So many of my family still thinks CPA synonymous with tax returns. I can honestly say I never did that professionally. I leave that to Professor Panis. But these are some pictures of what accountants, people think we do. Most of the time, I think it's professors, and even in the profession, probably look like that bottom right-hand picture. But just some things. And again, there's many different opportunities you can do when you become a CPA. So if you go to the next slide. One of the things I know you'll do is become a CPA. You're going to earn a lot of money, hopefully, along the way, have a lot of fun. We all love the profession. That's why we went into it. I hope you get back to SHU. One of the things I regret is that I didn't keep in better touch with my professors who had such a profound influence on me in becoming a CPA. One of them, actually, I did keep in touch with. She was my 221 professor, or was Accounting 101 at the time. And she actually served as my dissertation committee member years later when I went for my doctorate. So keep in touch with you. The way I keep in touch with the students is we formed a LinkedIn group. And that's the way I'm going to send you all the link to it. Link in with us, because along the way we can lose touch with you. I just talked to one of my students just yesterday. He linked in with me and he said he wants to come back and be a professor. He's thinking about that. He went through the MSA, he's a CPA, successful career. So it's a way to keep in touch with us. And again, I wish I had done that more in my past life. You guys are in the future of the profession is in your hands, right? So there's a lot of talk about what a CPA will be years from now. They're changing the content of the exam. I think most of you saw the article I sent. But when you finally pass it, you're going to look like that little baby in that picture. You're going to be really proud that you passed it, and it's really a great accomplishment. And again, we're here to help you. So my next slide is one of my favorite characters. I think you saw a little preview of it, Yoda. So again, if you have any questions tonight or any time along the way, reach out to us. You know, it's virtual, but we Zoom with you. We're here to help you no matter what your questions are. I want to thank Dr. Malik for taking such good care of the program. She's done a wonderful job. Thank Paul Rylick, who's recruited a lot of you and dealt with you. So I'd like to turn over to Dr. Malik. But again, any questions tonight, please feel free to ask us. We're honestly all here to help you. Okay, so I turn over to Dr. Malik.
Thank you very much, Barbara, for your nice and warm welcoming. And now here, I just would like to tell you that we do have our Dean, Martha Crawford, our Associate Dean, Grace Gill. We have many of our faculty here. I know it's a big screen and I can see 60 faces, so I really cannot figure it out, but at one point I'll introduce you to all of our faculty by their picture on my slides. And I'm glad that Greg Cushion from Baker CPA also joined, and we also have Paul Reichlich from the admissions. So I first would like to thank you everyone for all of your time today. So now here we will spend a few more minutes to know about some important information that you really will need for the program. So here first, I just would like to tell a little about the MSA. So this is our MSA program, and you see here we have 7 corners. Number 1 is that this program will equip you with advanced level accounting knowledge, and that you will learn from all of your core courses, and obviously that will add value to your career and to your entire learning process. And we offer 2 concentrations. You already know about it. One is forensic and another is analytics. So these concentrations will give you some specialized skills within these areas. And you also know our format is really flexible. We follow the hybrid format. We have most of the classes online with 4 Saturday sessions. Because of these coronavirus situation in this fall semester, we will do the Saturdays as live synchronous online session, but we hope we will be back to campus when everything will be normal. And if you would like to continue the program as online, you can also do it this year. And also you will get 150 credit hours. That's what you need for your CPA certification. And we are proud to say that our program and our college is accredited by the AACSB, one of the prestigious accreditation institutions. And you will also get access to Baker CPA course. I know many of you already started working on your CPA online courses, and I just shared one news that one of you already passed FAR exam even before starting the MSA. Isn't it an exciting news? And we also have an excellent faculty pool, and you will also meet some guest lecturers, some distinguished speakers from the accounting professions. And we are also proud to say that the placement rate of our MSA graduate is 100% every year. And we also have a strong alumni network. Now, this is the coursework that you have to do. So it's a trimester program. You can see here 3 semesters back to back with a small short summer. And every semester except summer, you have to take 3 courses. So for the fall semester, you will take financial accounting, advanced financial accounting, and 1 introductory accounting analytics course. So mostly the fall semester will be financial focus. Then you have to start spring, and you will get a short break during the holiday and Christmas period. But I believe you have to start spring sometime in early January, and our focus will be audit. And you will take advanced audit course, and you also will take another core course. These boxes, top boxes are core courses. Fall courses are all core courses. So another core course is MSA 610 Advanced Management Accounting. And then you have to select your concentration before starting the spring semesters, either the analytics or forensic. So you will take your 3rd course from your concentration selections. Then right after the spring semester, which ends sometime end of March, you have to start late spring. Actually, there will be no gap. You just need to start the late spring the following week. You finish your spring semester, and your focus will be taxation. So you will take federal tax course, and you will also take financial statement analysis, another core course, and your third course will be another concentration course. If you select analytics, you will have to take tax analytics. If you select forensic, you will do forensic and investigative accounting course. And then you have to do a short summer course, which we call it a capstone course. It's mostly to work on a project. You and your group members will work on a project within your concentration area. And at the end of the semester, you have to present your project. And this is the 10 courses, 30 credits. And this is not all, because Professor Tarasovic just mentioned that your goal should be the CPA. And that's why what we did, we just made an integrated plan and we aligned different parts of the CPA with our MSA courses. So what I just mentioned, your fall focus should be financial accounting, and you already have started the Baker online course that I sent you the information back in July. And I know many of you already got it to your employers and you started working on your financial part. So this is a tentative timeline. I know that FAR is the hardest part. So most students prefer to start with FAR, and you can spend kind of a big window, 4 or 5 months to work on your FAR part. And your ideal goal should be to pass FAR by November or by the end of this year at best. And then when the spring will start, your focus will be auditing, and that time, ideally you should take the audit course from the Baker 4-part course pool. And audit is difficult, I agree, but it's a short prep. So what based on other CPA takers experience, 3 months should be enough to complete the Baker course. So while you are taking audit courses here as your MSA course, your focus should be Baker CPA audit part, and take the audit part while you are completing these materials. Then your late spring semester, you are taking the advanced federal taxation course, and I heard from our past student, Professor Panis teaches it, and which is really useful for your CPA preparation. At the same time, you're gonna work on your reg part from the Baker course. And again, it takes a little longer time, and you will hear more from our MSA alumni who recently passed the CPA and different tips and strategies to pass it. And your goal should be to pass reg by the end of the summer or by the middle of the summer, June. And then BC is the shortest one, and on an average, students can complete the Baker course in 2 months, and this is how you're gonna complete all of your MSA courses, and at the same time, you will complete your CPA prep materials, and you should be able to complete both your MSA and CPA within 1 year. Now, here, these are the Saturday dates you should mark ahead on your calendar. So we know that fall semester, we're gonna do it virtually. It will be live streaming via Zoom, and we expect all of you will join. We will make these Saturday sessions really interactive. And when everything will be back to normal, we hope to be back on campus, and we assume to resume in class or face-to-face sessions here in the spring or in the late spring. And these are the dates. So please mark your calendar and make sure you are ready from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 p.m. for those long Saturdays. Now here, I would like to tell you a little bit, a few items. First of all, please log into your Blackboard. The Blackboard platform recently changed. It's completely a new view. So I know we have majority of our students are from SHU graduate. You are familiar with SHU portal, Web Advisor, student planning tool, or SPA. Still, I would suggest please explore everything. Check out the fall syllabus. You still have a couple more weeks to start, but it's good to prepare early. And you have to decide concentration. There is no rush. You can decide it anytime, sometime in the fall, but before the registration dates. And also be in touch with the professors. You know, our professors are really very approachable, And if you need any help, please don't hesitate to contact any of our professors. And I also would like to let you know that we recently hired Professor Steve Fair. I will introduce him very soon as our CPA coach. So he will be very happy to schedule any virtual session with you if you need any help, any guideline, any counseling for your CPA or any career related issues. Also, we do have some social media pages exclusively for the MSA program, LinkedIn page and Facebook page. So I would suggest everyone please be connected through this LinkedIn and Facebook page. Now, I would like to show you one thing. Here, this is one folder. I made it and I already sent you this virtual folder to you via email. So I'm trying to show it and I probably need to stop sharing this and go back to share this folder link. Please tell me if you cannot see it. So this is what you will see in your virtual folder. Every information is here. Your concentration declaration. This is one cloud Excel spreadsheet. Sometime in the fall semester, declare your concentration. Here you will find one file, some frequently asked questions. And I also uploaded today's orientation agenda and PowerPoint slides, your schedules, your sections, because we have two cohort, two sections. Please make sure you attend in your section. Don't switch the section. And sometimes you will see we might have some guest speakers coming into the class and we sometimes take photograph or video recording. So you need to give your consent. All those related documents are here. Some web page links, especially for the LinkedIn and Facebook that you need to be connected. And one important document, please explore it. This is a list and the tips how to be successful in an online program. So I think these are really important. And I know we have 5 students, they are coming outside Sacred Heart. So I would suggest those who are coming from other schools, please make sure you open your SHU email address and explore the Blackboard and the other important links such as the SPA or web advisors. If you need any IT support, please let me know or I can connect you or send me the IT information. And another thing, I just want to take one more minute here to show the Blackboard profile page, how it might looks like. So this is the Blackboard page. I'm just showing it to you. It's now kind of a little bit plain format because we want to streamize all course looks. So I would suggest one thing to do. Here, you will see small profile picture upload page. So I would request all students, please upload a profile picture on your Outlook profile and on your Blackboard and SHU portal profile. It would be really useful for us to recognize you. Especially we are starting with a virtual environment and it's really important to know each other and to know everyone's face. So now here what we're gonna do, we will go back to my presentation and I have a couple more slides. I'll be happy to introduce you to our faculty. Those who are from our Sacred Heart graduate, you already know many of these faces, and those who are new, we have this excellent faculty pool. Our faculty members have vast professional experience, research experience. Most of them are with doctorate degree, CPA, CBA, CMA, and different type of other certifications and work experience. So Professor Boyer, who will teach audit.
Hi,
Professor
I'm
Pan.
here.
Oh, Professor Boyer is here. So I know most of us are here on this Zoom screen. So it's your time when I'll stop sharing this screen, figure out your professor, know their faces. And Professor Panis will teach tax. Professor Hewen, she teaches intermediate accounting. I believe Linda is here too, and she will teach financial statement analysis for you. Professor Scarpetti, one of our very famous and popular professor. Steve, are you here? If you are here, I hope students will find you. Then we have our IT.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank,
Yes,
thank,
I'm here.
thank you, Steve. We'll
Okay.
find you from our Zoom screen among 60 of faces. Then we have Professor Kitipong Lausetakul, but I would say you better call him Professor Nok, and he is our IT and Technology and Information System Specialist. And we have Professor Barbara Tarasovich. You already heard from her. She is also our department chair. Then we have Professor Daniel Shim. He teaches cost management. And if he's here, of course, you will meet him here, or you will find him when you're gonna take advanced cost management course. Then it's me, most of you know me, and those who not, I sent tens of hundreds of emails this past summer, and you already know me through these emails, especially those who are new. Then we have Professor Sarah Person. She is one of our newest faculty, and she'll be teaching you tax analytics. And Professor Jim Stavis, I believe Jim is here too. So,
Hello.
yeah. Okay, thank you, Jim. And these are our full-time faculty. We do have 2 adjunct faculty. And here I'll introduce Professor Fay now. And he will be teaching audit analytics, and Professor Fay will be also working as our CPA coach and career counselor. And we have another adjunct professor, Professor Del Favero. He will be teaching one of our forensic accounting courses. So now here, usually what we do, you know, every year, we usually take a class photo. And these are the photos from the last 6 years orientation. But because of this spatial situation, we cannot make it in person, but we will try a little bit to spend 1 more minute, and let's see if I can take a shot on this Zoom screen. And I will request the students, if you feel comfortable, please turn on your camera, because you are a spatial group. We are starting this program in a spatial environment. So we will make this a spatial memory. So I know I have to take few more screenshots, but I'm ready to take it. So I'm taking my first screenshot, and definitely I'll share those. And thank you for keeping your camera on. And here I took first one. The next one, I'm taking another screenshots, and I'll try to pile up all, and let's see if we can frame a virtual memory like this way. And then we have, I'm glad that most of you actually made it. And we are actually welcoming the largest class ever. 53 students will be starting this fall. And I believe except for 2 of them, all are here tonight online. And then we have another 12 students, and they will start in the spring. So again, thank you very much. I took screenshots from all these pictures, and we'll see how it works. So now here, let's see what is our next agenda. So next here, we will hear about our concentrations. So first, I would request Professor Fay to talk about accounting analytics concentrations. If you don't know Professor Fay, he is a retired partner from Deloitte. He has vast experience, and he is a great professor, and we are blessed to have Fay among us, and he definitely will share his expertise and experience with you. So now, Steve, it's your turn.
Thank you. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, we can hear
Great.
you.
So welcome and congratulations to all of you as you're moving on into the next step in your career. I'm really excited about what the university has done to make some changes to their curriculum to deal with both some changes that are in the CPA exam that should help you, but probably more importantly, the analytics world is the way the business is going. And it's really part of your day-to-day activities, whether you're going to be in industry or whether you're going to be in the profession, and that could be a profession, either audit or tax. Analytics is going to be incredibly important. in terms of how you do that. And it's really about how you extract data from the company's systems. And then you take and you use that data for ways of achieving objectives that are different than maybe you might have done in the past. So I think about the dark ages when I was a young audit associate, and we sampled through the detail of the general ledger, and we made selections, and we looked at things, and we vouched invoices to validate amounts. And you had a small sample that you drew conclusions on large populations over. And when you start getting into the analytics world, you can virtually say, I can download 100% of the population, and I can use analytics to get to, number one, more important selections if I want to do detailed testing, or probably more importantly, around trends and analysis will help you find outliers of things that you want to look at when you're performing your audit. Just a very different way of doing it from the way it was done up until probably the last 4 or 5 years. So what we're going to try to teach you is how to extract that data and how to use and manipulate that data in ways that will help you. And while we're going to be primarily focused on audit and tax, I will tell you the skills that you use that we learn will help you, whether you're in audit or tax, or you decide to go into the profession, or not into the profession, but into industry. Because I will tell you, if you're in industry, analytics are the way that helps you understand how your business works and helps operational people that you support as accountants in industry make really good decisions that will help take the company forward. So, you know, I'm excited about it. We're covering audit and tax, and then there will be a capstone. It's the way of the future, and it's really hopefully something that will help you, number one, pass the exam, but number two, and maybe just as importantly, help you be successful in the next step in your professional career after you graduate from the MSA program. And with that, that's all I've got relative to the analytics. I know we've only got 2 or 3 minutes, and Danny wants to make his pitch relative to forensics.
Yes, I'm up. Well, welcome everyone, and congratulations and welcome aboard. One of the most important points that I'd just like to address up front is what Dr. Tarasovich made mention of, is that try to connect with our faculty, all right? Because this becomes a lifelong career path. And I know when I was an undergrad here at Sacred Heart many years ago, my tax professor eventually became my mentor. He was my go-to person throughout my entire career. And I try to have that same type of connection with all of my students. We go to these open houses, and you know, I've got 4 former students who's a partner at PwC, who's at KPMG. It's nice to have that mentor type of relationship, and throughout your career. So I just want to keep that door open. Also, with the forensics concentration, that Dr. Tarasovich said you might be able to get 6 letters, and I'm telling you that you can come out with 9 letters. We've had many of our former students have now, after the forensics concentration, specifically on the business valuation side, have come out with the MSA, the CPA, and after the forensics have passed the CVA exam. So please take advantage of that. In terms of with what Professor Fay said, analytics, it is really hot. It is the hottest area out there now. And the new CPA exam format, you know, you're going to have to decide on a concentration. It's going to come down to 3 pillars, and it's going to be audit and accounting. It's going to be tax, and the other one is going to be data analytics. You're going to have to pick and choose. I want you to be aware too, the new CPA exam is going to change effective January 2024, and the rules are going to be drastically changed. So please pass that CPA exam as soon as you possibly can. Also, just in terms of what Dr. Malik made reference in terms of the way the courses work, we've just completed our capstone, was just done Saturday. So in terms of, if you're looking at that forensics, what we do is we have you take a fundamentals valuation course first, and then there's a capstone course where you do a complete business valuation, and you have to defend that in front of a tribunal of 4 of us. There's 2 faculty and 2 outsiders, and it's just like you being in court. So it's litigation support. You've got to defend your report, but we will take you throughout, and we will hold your hand throughout the entire process. But the most important thing is I want you to, again, we are here to help you. We are here to support you. Please take advantage of us. You will not find a more caring faculty anywhere, and I dare you anywhere, probably out of the entire country. So with that, I give that back to Dr. Malik.
Thank you very much, Danny, and thank you very much, Steve, for all of your useful information, and definitely that will help our students to choose their concentration. And you just learned how important it is to think of all those certifications, no matter 3 letters, 6 letters, or 9 letters, right? So MSA, CPA, CVA, what else? So now here we would love to hear from our recent MSA alumni. Why we invited them as guest speaker? Do you know that? Because they passed the CPA while they were doing the MSA. And I know some of them even were working, and they definitely will be a great resource for you to know all those tips and strategies, how to make balance between the MSA classwork and your CPA course load and all of your other workloads, and how to make advancement in your career, especially at the starting of your career. So first, I would invite Nicole Capria. She graduated in 2016, and she is a senior tax consultant at Deloitte. Nicole, you ready?
Hello. Yes, I am. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Capria, and it is a great pleasure for me to be here and welcome you all to the MS in Accounting orientation ceremony. As I'm here, I think back to my MSA orientation. At the time, it was not virtually or over Zoom, but it was here at Sacred Heart University. And although from a distance, a social distance, it means a great deal to see all these faces and people with the enthusiasm and ambition to succeed that I had in 2015 when I started the master's program. I graduated Sacred Heart University with my bachelor's in 2015, and despite not knowing much for what I wanted in my future post-undergrad, there was one thing I was absolutely certain of, and that was the SHU MSA program. If you were anything like me when I first started, you're sitting here and feeling a million different emotions right now and asking yourself a million different questions. No, I'm not talking about the questions like how much will these textbooks cost me, but instead the real thought-provoking questions, the self-debate type questions, ones along the lines of, did I make the right choice? Without a doubt. Is it worth the sacrifices I've made to get here? Absolutely. And perhaps even, do I have what it takes to get through this program? You've got this. So welcome, everyone. Let me try to put your mind at ease and walk you through my personal journey and experience and answer these questions. Did I make the right choice? Without a doubt. By taking this leap of faith, not only did I open the door to new opportunities, but I allowed myself to transcend the immediate and think for the long term. Fast forward to today, to the credit of Sacred Heart's Master's in Accounting program, I have added the letters MSA and CPA to my name. Additionally, I am a senior tax consultant in Deloitte's investment management tax practice, servicing major hedge funds and private equity clients with their quarterly and year-end tax compliance. As you set out on this incredible journey, I promise you that this program will help shape the critical thinker you are, the hard worker you'll be, and the well-rounded person that you're destined to be. Next question, was this worth the sacrifices I made to get here? Absolutely. Having a program like this that allotted me the time to focus on my CPA and work towards my future career goals was a win-win. While in the program, I had the ability to study for the CPA and serve as a full-time intern in Deloitte's hedge fund tax group. The MSA taught me more than a textbook ever could. It provided me the fundamental knowledge that I'm able to apply in my career, as well as classes that were structured to coincide with the CPA exam, which put me in the right path to ultimately pass the exam. Now that you're entering into a program that affords you great freedom and flexibility, more than you've experienced at an undergrad, it will be at your discretion how you choose to apply yourself in a manner that suits you and helps you to thrive. Remember that what you have achieved up until now is behind you. You've turned the new page. Now you must determine how you'll write the rest of your script, which, judging by the attendance here tonight, I have a feeling you guys all have something in mind, something great in mind for your next chapter. Last question. Did I have what it took to get through the program? I had it, and so do all of you. You will now be expected to be more self-reliant. In addition to attending the monthly lectures on Saturdays, you will have to hold yourself accountable for reading the course material and completing the assignments. As a student in the MSA program, it was my job to develop a plan for myself, make enough time for private study, and utilize the learning resources that this program provided me. While I had an entirely new level of responsibility, I knew that with the support of the SHOOT MSA program, I was not alone. It's my advice to you that if you find things difficult, don't run away. Ask the questions and seek the help. Part of this new chapter on accountability is acknowledging when you need the support of others. Whenever I felt confused or at a crossroad in my career, I knew I could always go to the professors here within this program for guidance. While the preceding chapters in your life up until this moment may have been written by your parents, guardians, families, friends, and teachers, you now hold the pen. And even though this program or your next steps might seem daunting and challenging, remember that this is also exciting and empowering for all of you. So I personally would like to congratulate you all for taking this next step, and I encourage your dedication to it.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you for sharing all these useful suggestions and tips and advice. And I believe our student will take lessons from your nice and beautiful speech. Now our next speaker is Patrick Quinn. Patrick is one of our recent graduates. Patrick graduated last year. And I know Patrick one time shared his CPA taking experience with me that unfortunately just because of few points he didn't pass FAIR, but he didn't give up. So Patrick will share how he balanced everything and he passed all 4 parts and any advice that he has today for you. So Patrick, you ready?
Yep. Thanks for sharing that I failed. No, I'm kidding. It's definitely very normal for everyone. But so yeah, I graduated, like Professor Malik said, in 2018, and then started the MSA program and graduated in 2019. And now I'm an auditor for EY out of New York. So before I really dive into like what I have to say about the MSA program, I just want to thank you guys for being here, and I hope your families are all doing all right, with everything going on. I'm also sorry that, like, for some of you guys, your senior year had to be cut short. But on the bright side, you're another step closer towards getting your CPA and beginning your careers where you get to make money. So that's always good. And that's why I'm happy to be here and to give you guys some insights into the MSA, studying for the CPA, and about your careers. Even though I probably don't know much because I just started too. So first, I'll talk about the MSA. I would treat the MSA similar to undergrad. Although the MSA might be a little bit more granular in certain areas, you probably all have the study skills that you need already to make it through. Also, similar to in school, there's definitely going to be parts, unfortunately, that you guys will like more than others. But despite all of it, it's a great experience to, like, increase your knowledge of accounting and then actually apply it towards your careers moving forward. It's actually pretty useful, so try to soak it up. Also, try to take the insight and advice from your professors during the class. I think that's one of the greatest parts of the MSA program, if not Sacred Heart overall, is that the professors are always willing to share some of their insights to help you where they can. I'd also say that doing this program virtually is definitely going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Like it was said before, you need to be a little bit more self-reliant. You need to kind of read things over on your own time, but usually, you're able to do it. And with everything going on in the world, the professors are definitely very understanding as long as you communicate with them beforehand. So for instance, during the MSA program, I decided to do a busy season just to kind of see what it was like from January to March. So obviously I was a little bit worried because, I wasn't sure if I could balance the workload with the MSA program. But all I did is I talked to the professors during class one day, and I let them know what was going on, what I was thinking about doing. And in some cases I was able to turn in an assignment a little bit later if I had to stay at work later and stuff like that. So it's definitely manageable. With that being said, also outside of that 2-month little spurt of busy season, your typical week for some of you, if not all of you, will probably revolve around studying for the CPA. And then I would also work in the MSA after. So if I had to guess, I'd probably do 25 to 30 hours of studying for the CPA. So I'd kind of just treat it like a job. And then 10 to 15 hours of MSA work during that time. And obviously it varies, if you have a big assignment due or you're just not getting a topic. So it was never too much to handle. It's definitely possible. But then to kind of transition to the CPA, as far as that goes, everyone studies a little bit different. And obviously, I failed. The order I went in is I took FAR, and then BEC, and then Reg, and then Audit. And I failed FAR, and I failed Audit, and I failed Reg. So each time it was kind of it just made me want to pass it even more. But I wouldn't even wait to get the score back. So I'm sure I know one of you, I think Professor Malik said, already passed FAR. And I don't know if you're here or if you want to talk about are you studying for the next test already, or what are you doing now? Or if she or he's even listening.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Thanks. No, I just I started studying for Reg as soon as I finished taking FAR. I didn't even wait for my results. I was I might as well just get it over with.
Yeah. So that's
smart move.
Yeah, definitely smart move. That's literally what I did. So I'd be midway studying for BEC and I found out I failed FAR. So I was oh man, come on. But it's good because it kind of gets your mind off it and you already have a goal in mind. So it kind of motivates you. And I'm not saying that you're not going to pass. You probably will, because and that's
She
something
will.
that yeah, she will. But I think also that's important for those of you that are thinking oh, the CPA is a hard test. I'm not smart enough for this. I failed 3/4 of it and I took it again. I was never the smartest kid in school. You just have to work hard and keep working at it. And if you do that, there's no doubt that you'll make it through, especially with the MSA program and how they, matched it up with the exam. And also just shifting now to talking about your careers. I'll briefly talk about this. So I think a big thing with me that's always kind of defined my life is get comfortable being uncomfortable. So I actually went to a school called Monmouth University in New Jersey my freshman year, and I went there with a ton of friends from high school. So I feel I never really left high school. And I was this isn't what college is about. So I just decided to transfer. And I came to Sacred Heart my sophomore year. So it was very uncomfortable. Everyone was new. I didn't know anyone. And with that was kind of just a motto going forward, and I never looked back. So being at Sacred Heart, I did the National Leadership Program for Deloitte, and I rose through the ranks with that and got an offer. And so that was very comfortable. My whole college career, I never had to worry about where I was going to go to work. And that might be the case for some of you, or some of you might be still deciding where you want to work. But I was from New Jersey, and I had a lot of student loans, or I still do, and I wanted to be able to save money. So after talking it over with people at Deloitte, I realized maybe that wasn't going to work. So I decided to kind of take it into my own hands and just start applying everywhere. And I luckily was able to get into EY, and now I work in New York, so I'm able to commute. But I'm not saying for you guys just to, last minute leave or decline your offers or do something like that. But ultimately go with where you're happy and do what makes you happy. And I think you'll be able, you'll see the difference, and you'd be surprised at the opportunities that you get from just taking those crazy chances that seem uncomfortable at the time, but lead to something great. So now I audit, and it's a great learning experience. I don't know, those of you, if you're going to go audit or tax, but I think auditing kind of affords you many opportunities to see different aspects of the business, which I personally like. And I think that's pretty cool. And you could always transition into tax and vice versa. But also just quickly some tips for you guys before starting your careers. Master Excel shortcuts. I don't know for those of you that had Professor Lyons, but she would always talk about being able to use Excel without a mouse. And I think that's actually very useful. If you guys can get good at that and doing pivot tables and VLOOKUPs, you would be surprised at how much easier it is to transition into your first year. Also, get familiar with Outlook, which is like the email browser. I don't know if you guys use it, but a lot of what I do now is like scheduling meetings for managers and team meetings to discuss certain findings with the audit and stuff. So that's like useful to be familiar with off the bat. And also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alteryx, but it's kind of like a data manipulation tool. And if you can get good with that, you would be 10 times more marketable to anyone on your team. You could come in as a staff and be showing the manager how to do stuff. So that would be pretty cool. But that's about all I have to say. If you guys have any follow-up questions, like about your career, the MSA, the CPA exam, literally anything, I don't really sugarcoat stuff, so I'll tell you how it is. Definitely feel free to shoot me an email. I don't know if we could share that at the end or something like that. But thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a great beginning to the MSA, and good luck studying. I think you're on mute, Professor Malik.
Thank you very much, Pat, for sharing your experience. And we learned from your experience that failure actually is the pillar of success, right? Now, we have our Dean, Professor Martha Crawford, and she is actually she will be telling a little few words to all of you now, and I am very happy that Martha agreed to say something. Martha, would you please say a few words to our students? I know you are in a hurry. You need to unmute.
Yes. Hi. So thank you. I just wanted to say, and I just wrote you a note in the chat because I knew I needed to scoot. I just got a phone call from my daughter who's stranded on somebody's porch because of the rain. She wants me to pick her up. But I just wanted to say, you know, to the MSA class of 2021, welcome. I really enjoyed meeting you on this call. I'm sorry I have to leave, but I wanted to just say a few things. First of all, I'm the least important person for you to remember on this call. I'm the Dean of the Welch College of Business and Technology. You've already met all the important people for you, you know, Professor Malik, Professor Tarasovich, all the other professors and adjuncts who have spoken are much more important. But I just wanted to put in my 2 little cents, which is, as a former business person, I think accounting is a fantastic career choice. I think you've made a really good choice. You know, it's a great base for a career, of course, especially if you get a CPA, but not only. It gives you an assured job, and it also gives you a lot of flexibility. I have friends who have CPAs who have become CFOs, who have become CEOs. It's a really great way, and I think, you know, to enter the job market, but also it gives you the rigor and you know, a framework for making decisions and asking questions, which will stay with you for life. So congratulations on your choice. I also think that the SHU program is an excellent choice. So I also would congratulate you on that. As Professor Panizzi said, you know, you won't find a warmer or more competent, more supportive faculty. And, you know, it also will assure you exposure to the working world. You'll have connections with future employers. It's so true what has been said about keeping mentors, relationships with your professors. That is a godsend. Also, I'm pleased that we're able to offer Becker now, and that we've reorganized the 5th year so that you'll have a module after each, you know, you'll have several classes and then a module of the exam, so that it's easier for you to pass bits of the exam as you go. So again, great choice. And then finally, I just wanted to say thank you to all my colleagues who are here tonight. Kathy Dilks from Student Life, Paul Reichlich from Admissions, Grad Admissions, the number of professors and adjuncts who were shown on Professor Malik's slide earlier, and then Associate Dean Grace Chen Gao, who's here with us, and then Director of Grad Programs Nadine Koliopoulos, who is also on this call. You're the ones who make all this possible. You put the time in, and it shows. It really shows. So thanks for all your commitment and for showing up always. Finally, also, thank you to the alumni. I was blown away listening to you. You're so, it's beautiful to listen to you. It's beautiful to hear about your experiences, but also to see your goodwill and your willingness to share and to help your peers who are coming up behind you. You rock. You really do. And finally, I wanted to say a special welcome. I know we have 53 students in this class this fall, and I know 4 of you are new to SHU. Most have come up through our programs, but 4 of you are brand new to SHU. So welcome. You've probably heard that one of the things which distinguishes us at SHU is that we are an open door community, and that doesn't mean that we just keep the doors to our offices open. It means that we open the doors. So you won't see that as much virtually, but when COVID is over, you will see it. When you come to campus, people will actually rush to try to hold the door open for you. And this is also, it is not just a this also has a virtual, a figurative meaning, in that we do strive to open doors for one another. And that applies also, and I think you saw that. It came through very clearly in the words of the alumni who spoke this evening, that they're eager to open doors for you. The faculty as well have said, they're eager to open doors to you. The results, the proof is in the pudding. 100% placement rate, you can't get better than that. And you will see, there's also an after sales service agreement, which is tacit. We have alumni coming back after a year or 2 and asking for help finding another job, and we will come through for that as well. So congratulations on your choice. Welcome to SHU. I'm very, very happy to have this opportunity to meet you. And I'm also very curious to see how Professor Mehdi pieces together these 3 screens to get a class photo. I'm dying to see that. So,
Sure.
thank you. I'm going to go rescue my daughter now.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much, Martha, for your kind words and
My
for
pleasure. Thank you.
all of your support for our program. And we actually have another guest speaker, Anthony Fagniti, but I would request Anthony to wait for a few more minutes because we have Kathy Dills from Graduate Affairs, but Kathy needs to attend another virtual orientation. So she needs to leave by 6. So now I would request Kathy Dills, if you would please say something about our incoming MSA students. Kathy.
Yes. Thank you so much. Part of my job is orienting our new 850 graduate students to the university. So some orientations I'm a guest to, such as this one. Others I'm actually running. So I'm running an orientation in a few minutes. So I private message to hop on board. Our alumni echoed every single thing that I was going to tell you. Part of what my job is not only working with student services, is not only, offering student life, more so in a non-COVID era, but we still will have some virtual student life this fall, but also student advocacy. Part of the student advocacy we provide for graduate students is making certain that you are all seen, you are all heard. So services ranging from orientation throughout your life at the university and beyond, connecting you with career development, offering what you need to be successful. What they said about sometimes you may have doubts, you may not be certain if this was the right time, the right location, the right program for you. Rest assured, everyone has doubts going forward in their higher education. It is absolutely worth it. And Sacred Heart University, especially in this program, you couldn't have picked a better program. So much so that I think my own son may be joining your ranks come next year. But deal with that one. I can't express my gratitude enough to all of you for being flexible during this time, for continuing your education. I just offer you such a heartfelt welcome, and know that your profession is key. I don't do anything of my own tax-wise, so I hire other people. Your profession is exactly what we need to keep people like me in order. Hopefully my son can do that in the future. But I welcome you. The 4 students who are new to SHU, if you have questions about how to maneuver through Blackboard Ultra, how to maneuver to get through My SHU, where to pay tuition, even the returning students, if you're not used to maybe our new website, you have questions. No questions are silly. Reach out to me at a different time. I'll be able to maneuver and help you maneuver through everything that you need to be successful. Okay? All right. I thank you. Mwah. Malik, you're fabulous. All right. Take care. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Kathy, for giving your time. And now we are going to our last speaker tonight. And he is also one of our alumni. He is Anthony Fagniti. Anthony actually graduated last year, I believe, with Pat. And Anthony, while he was doing his MSA, he was also working, and he was also taking all those CPA preps, and he passed all 4 parts even before completion of his MSA last year. So I believe Anthony will share his experience and tips for your success. Anthony.
Yes, thank you for everyone for having me back. It's a pleasure to speak to you about my, can you hear me?
Can you be loud a little bit, Anthony? We cannot.
Can you hear me now? No?
No.
I'm not sure why. Can you guys hear me or no? Not on mute.
Maybe we can, let me see, raise my volume to 100. Anthony, can you try now?
Can you hear me? No? I could call in if you can't hear me.
I think, is it fine for everyone? Can you hear Anthony? Yes, no, or raise your hand.
I could dial in.
No.
Do you have a headphone or, okay, let's try if we can connect through your call. I know this is a special situation for all of us, and you are a special cohort, and you did really great. I know it's a tough situation, but we will take this situation positively. This is a challenge, right, for all of us. The cohort that who are graduating this August, they did great. A couple of them already passed 4 parts of the CPA, although we had a transition to online, but we all did it. So we have to be positive. We have to face any situation. And I believe you need to be determined, disciplined, and devoted if CPA, MSA, CVA, whatever would be the ultimate goal for you. So let me check with Anthony.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Okay, no echo, nothing? Okay. So we're good. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what was going on with my computer audio, but we switched. So just a quick introduction. I'm graduated, like Professor Malik said, last year from the MSA program. I have my CPA test done, but in 1 month, I'm allowed to, less than that, 11 or so odd days. I can actually send the application through and make it official. But overall, I worked at Avaya for the past year. At PwC, Avaya was my client, and so was JP Morgan. So I've had 2 clients since their 2 busy seasons, which was not fun. But a good experience both ways, 2 completely different industries. So obviously, there's a lot of different components, different audit units that I've tested, and just different business structures that I have to deal with. So you learn all the time on this job, whether that's at your main client or at a different client. So just to talk a little bit about the MSA in general, as Pat said, the courses are relatively straightforward in line with the CPA exam. So you're gonna basically take all those courses and study your CPA exam along with it. And as they said throughout this meeting, they did the new revamped program where it's going to be more aligned. So you're going to take courses and then the CPA exam. And I think that's an amazing idea. And I remember we had that conversation with Professor Fay last year, and we all thought that that was a great idea and something that they should pursue. So it's a good thing for the MSA program. They're listening to their students. I think that's a good test. So just to talk about Professor Fay's course, I was in the international side of it, which helped a lot with the financial accounting part of the exam. And I'm sure the analytics, again, are going to have a big part of the exam, especially if that's been changed. And just in your career in general, I know in my job we use analytics for a whole bunch of things. And especially if you're going into industry, I'm sure that it's going to be a big part of your job. So again, it's good that the MSA is changing to meet the current demands. And that's, again, a sign of the program. So now to switch to the CPA tips, and again, this is a big part of the program is to get the CPA exam out of the way. And like Pat said, it's not a hard exam. It's a lot of information and it takes a lot of dedication to, wake up on that Saturday morning or that Sunday morning and put in that 8 hours or wherever you want to put in to pass that exam. And my one big takeaway is do not take any shortcuts. You have the best preparation with Becker and also the professors here at Sacred Heart. There's no excuse to take a shortcut. There was a couple of my coworkers at PwC that tried to take shortcuts and failed, even if it's by 2 or 3 points, but they say, oh, I didn't take a mock exam, or I didn't take this multiple choice, or I didn't take this lecture. My ideology was to never skip anything, take the lectures, take the multiple choice, take detailed notes. And even though there may be some parts of the exam that you don't see from your Becker material, it's better to be safe than sorry and better to know everything than know nothing or not study that particular aspect, because that's the aspect that are going to show up on the test if you ignore it. That's just the way the world works. So that would cover the CPA tips. And because it was aligned with the new alignment with the program, I would say most definitely go with that alignment, especially if you haven't started yet. But the way I took it was I took reg to get that out of the way before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act got passed. So that was just my rationale on what to take first. But I did follow the way the CPA exam, or the way the program, is now doing it with financial accounting and then auditing. I think that's a very good strategy to go by, considering most of them overlap. So coming from someone who's passed the exam recently, I think that's a very good strategy to take the exam that the MSA program put in. So now to move to career development. My biggest point to you guys is to ask questions. Nobody on your team when you first start is going to expect you to know absolutely anything. They come in and expect you to just do your task the way you're given them, and for you to basically ask questions. They're not going to expect you to know any company processes or or even how PwC works, because you're completely brand new outside of any training you may have had. So just to give you guys some background on that, I was a first year going into my client Avaya, which is a telecommunication, basically technology company. And obviously didn't know how anything worked. Inventory, that was my main cycle. And again, I have no idea the inventory process. I never sat through any walkthrough meetings. I got thrown straight into busy season. So the only way I basically survived was to ask questions. And again, no senior associate, no experienced associate, no manager is going to pwn on you for asking questions. They rather you do it right the first time than have constant rework. And that's one thing that we push at PwC anyway, as far as performance reviews, is the amount of rework that you force seniors to do, or you're going to have to do eventually. So if you can minimize that, you're going to look really well. Like Pat said, big takeaway, if you can take a couple weeks before you start just to do some YouTube videos on Alteryx, and you could go in and know Alteryx, you're going to be a superstar. And you're going to get that top tier rating on your performance review, because you showed initiative and knowledge that not everyone else has. And that's something that you can't learn on the go when you're constantly in client, like doing client work or in busy season. So most definitely take advantage of anything you can learn before you get into the job. So that would be my advice. Also, just a little quirk for me anyway, when I first started, I always asked them to do an example with me. So if I was testing, say, revenue, and there was 50 samples, I'd say, let's go through one, let's take 5 minutes so I know what I'm doing. And they always were more than happy to. Just walk me through, make sure everyone was on the same page. This is how we wanted to test it, to the extent we wanted to test it, because again, no one likes to do rework, or no one likes to waste their time doing work, and you have to go back and do everything. So I know I kind of threw a lot of things out there at a quick pace. You can always email me, connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any questions, but definitely take advantage of all your professors at the program, and definitely get that CPA done before you start working, because once you roll into busy season, or even before busy season, it's impossible to get done. You know, it's not impossible, but it's close to it. When you're working long weeks, the last thing you want to do is open that laptop and study. So get it done now while you can, for sure. I think you're on mute, Professor.
Yes, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Anthony. And
No
we
problem.
are actually running out of our time. We exceeded a few more minutes,
Yeah.
but that's totally fine because we learned a lot tonight. But now this is your chance. If you have any question, please ask. Please feel free to ask. Use the chat box, or if you would like to ask question, please unmute your microphone. And if you have any question about the program, course structure, CPA, we will be happy to help.
Professor Malik, I had a quick question.
Sure, Joe.
So for the note to sit for the CPA, we had to do we have to fill out this questionnaire, and I'm stuck on the hours. I know we need specific amount of hours, but for what have we done so far for undergrad to put in there?
Right, yeah, you have to check your undergraduate transcript. If you go to Web Advisor, and if you click on view transcript, then you will see all the courses, and most of our courses are 3 credit hours. And at the bottom, you will see how many hours you completed. I know a couple of courses like Excel or some other courses might be 1 or 2 credits. So from there, you will get how many hours you did. And you might have a question how many accounting hours you did. And you will take all those AC courses that you did. This is how you can count your hours when you submit the application.
All right, great, thank you. I'll look into it.
I also have a quick note on that question too. If you have any credits from high school that transfer into Sacred Heart, or anyone from a different school, like say you took a college credit in high school or you went to a different college, definitely send all your transcripts that you have to, I think it's the NASBA, right? They're the ones that handle that. Because if you just sent the T from Sacred Heart, that's not good enough for them, and it's a pain. But I got caught up in that, and I had to resend my application, and it took another 3 or 4 weeks just to get my NTS. So definitely, if you had any other credits from any other institution, send them through.
Thank you, Anthony, for adding that. Any other question? So no more question. Are we good to go? Okay, so I'd like to thank you everyone again for your time today, especially all of our faculty members, our dean, associate dean, and I just saw Nadine was also there, Paul from admission, Kathy, and especially our alumni speakers. It's a pleasure to see you everyone, although the session is virtually, still it's good to see all of your faces. And we used to give you this type of gift hamper, MSA tote bag, and all of those materials inside the bag, but we couldn't hand it in this year, but I have those in my office. If you would like to pick one sometime when things will get better, we could do that. And please don't forget to check the virtual folder. I have all documents there. And anytime if you need any help or any question, please feel free to email me. And our first session that we mentioned will be on September 12th. I believe you already received some welcome message, or you will receive from your professors. And check the new Blackboard and we will meet virtually again on September 12th. And in the meantime, if you have any question, please contact me. Thank you very much again, all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Malik. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good luck.
Welcome,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.